Hi, everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of the High Level Release Radar. This week, where we recap all the new releases from the week. This week, I'm in Ryan's neck of the woods. So
Yeah.
I'm out in San Diego, where it's not very sunny, unfortunately. Kind of chilly, Ryan, but
It's a bit
can't
chilly.
complain.
Big misnomer. Southern California does get cold, unfortunately. We're not that close to the equator.
It is chilly. It's chilly, foggy, but it's still San Diego, so you can't complain. You got to enjoy it when you're here. It's another Friday, Ryan. We've made it through another week. We've got another week's worth of updates. I'm going to send us live over here in the Facebook group. And as always, if you can see us and you can hear us, please say hello in the comments so that we know we are live in all the places. And okay. High level release radar. And we should be live in the group. Fantastic. Let me open up the chat. Oh, we've already got our first shout out of the week. Homero in Uruguay. Awesome. Thanks for saying hello. Oh, it's a lively Friday. Anne-Marie, nice to see you as well. And Wiz, cool name. Hi to you, sir.
Love it.
I do love it. We are nearing the holidays, Ryan. It's Cyber Week still. Hopefully everybody knows that at High Level, we don't just do Cyber Monday, we do Cyber Week. Those promotions are rolling right now. I'm actually going to throw this up. Hopefully you've received emails from us. If you haven't, this is the time of year when you can get the biggest savings that we offer at High Level. So if you just head to app.gohighlevel.com/holiday-promos, that'll take you to a cool page where you can see some personalized promotions for you based on what plan you're currently on. And you can save quite a bit of cash. So hopefully everybody understands how to do that. And I think it's time to hop into the releases. What do you say?
Let's do it.
All right, let me fire this up over here. And it's one of those travel weeks. So I haven't really been privy to a lot of the releases. So let's discover them together. Social Planner got an update. We can bulk delete posts. It's convenient.
Yeah. So this is something that was asked for on the ideas board. Team just made it live, but you can select everything in the list, or you can do individually. And this would be for scheduled posts. So let's say you scheduled a bunch out and you're like, oh, shoot, there's a problem with one of them or a bunch. This typically would happen with like a CSV upload where you're doing a bunch of them all at once and there was some sort of mistake. So now instead of going into them individually and deleting the scheduled post, you can do it right in the UI in bulk.
Love it. Very convenient. You asked and you have received. Documents and contracts got an update. We have new email flows for larger PDFs. This is pretty cool.
Yeah, so if it's under 20 megabytes, it will send it as an attachment. If it's over 20 megabytes, then you'll get a separate email that will contain a download link for the PDF.
Which is pretty cool, right? How Google Drive does it, or Gmail, you try to send something too big, then they send it as like a drive link where you have to download. Pretty nifty. And now we have that as well. So nice solution from the team there. Online listings got a few updates this week, I believe.
Yes.
We can now upload logos and photos to our listings.
Yeah. So this is kind of the top end of it, but we got uploading the logo. You can, of course, crop it, which is really, really nice feature in there to be able to get it to look the way that you want within the current aspect ratios. And then you can also add photos of your business as well. I don't know if I highlighted that as well, but right underneath this card, you can showcase photos of your business, and those will get propagated to all the places.
Yeah, very nice. Listings continues to enhance. Ecom got some updates. We now have, this one's really cool, featured product elements.
Yeah.
I think this was a big ask. Everybody's really excited about this one.
Exactly. So it kind of like works like a photo gallery, except for specific products that you want to feature. It's an element that you put within the site, so you can put it where you want and everything. You've got some parameters around the design and all that, what it links to and so forth. So go check that out. Really, really neat feature there with Ecom.
Yeah, these are great because typically it's like, okay, you can view all the products from a category on a page, but it's like, hey, I want to make a gallery of featured products from different categories, and
Mhm.
now you can create those and stick those on whatever page that you'd like.
Yeah.
We've got a shout out from Ball Guy Marketing. Good Friday from the Pacific Northwest. All right, I feel like I'm in the Pacific Northwest, but I think it's all the same on this coast. Hopefully you're safe and sound. You guys had a earthquake yesterday, I believe, up there.
Yeah.
So hopefully all is good, Keith. Next up, Snapshot's got an update, push settings for individual sub-accounts.
Yeah, so now you can push out to specific sub-accounts. Before, I believe it was like a manual action with each one. Now you can kind of select the ones that you want to push to. So more flexibility for snapshots.
Love it. Snapshots continue to get more and more granular enhancements there. Template library got an update. We can mark and access favorite templates, which is pretty handy.
Yeah. So you got a little star there, click on the star, and then there's, of course, a category on the left-hand side that's been added where you can click on favorites and see the collection of all the favorites that you have, of course, favorited.
Yeah, I love that. Very convenient. Attachments for invoices, estimates, and templates, which is huge. Lots of folks have been requesting this one, and you can now add those attachments.
Yeah. So use case here would be, of course, it works in the invoices and estimates and templates. I think estimates is probably something I would gravitate toward, where maybe you're doing some service on a fence, or you got some sort of thing that you're working on. So you can attach, of course, the photos of the thing that you're providing the estimate for. This could be stock photos, or maybe it's something you've already taken a photo of at a property or at a specific job. So really cool flexibility there, and being able to add those directly to the estimates, invoices, and templates.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Mm-hmm.
Phone system got an update, number intelligence. So basically we can see who's calling in, and if it's spam, it's going to notify us that it is a likely a spam call.
Yes, that is that's kind of the main idea there, is to identify numbers that you may not want to answer. So
you can't miss that notification. I made a comment.
You saw your comment.
A lot of red going on here, but the team said there's actually an updated UI coming for that modal there in the near future as well. So I'm excited to see what that's going to look like.
Yeah.
We've got a shout out from the Wizard. Go HighLevel Wizard is in the house.
What's up?
Happy Friday to you. Let's see what our next update from the week was. We have customizable automatic logout for inactive users. Another one of these little security upgrades.
Yeah. So that one, just to make a note on it, if you have a HIPAA compliant sub account, you cannot select never. But if you don't have a HIPAA compliant sub account, and if you don't know what that is, you don't, then you can select any number of these choices, or never if you don't want anybody to get logged out. But it's essentially the idea that if you've got a lot of data in the system, you walk away from the computer, somebody else is around, you want that logged out, similar to how banks work. They ask you if you're still active, and then they log you out if you're not.
Yeah. Kind of standard, definitely a more granular level of security, and now you have flexibility around that as well. SaaS update here. We've got Ad Manager as an add-on product for SaaS plans. So SaaS, the SaaS builder capability continues to get more and more robust, and now we've got Ad Manager in there.
Yep.
Pretty nice addition.
Nice, yeah.
UI looks great on this screen.
Nothing too crazy there. Just being able to include it with the package is all, instead of having to go into each one and to enable it.
Yes, and we are going to start talking a lot more about the Ad Manager soon. You're going to see a promotion roll out this month that involves the Ad Manager, and we're going to do some virtual workshops and stuff. And so stay tuned. If you haven't checked it out, you can launch Facebook ads from within HighLevel without having to leave now. And it's pretty cool. So you're going to see us talk a lot about that in the near future. We've got an enhancement to the copy the code functionality for the countdown timer, which is convenient.
Yeah. So before, if you're like me, you throw this code into your editor and then make all your attribute changes. Now it does it for you. So if you want it to be left aligned, etc., embed it into emails, you now have that option. It dynamically updates right away. So cool little enhancement to the copy code function. And then we also had an update to the auto refresh. So on a website, when you embed this countdown timer, it used to be like a minute, I think, is how long the timer lasted now, and then it would just stop. So now it will auto refresh to the next minute. So it will be kind of continuous if you've got somebody on the site for a long period of time.
Yes. And if you didn't know that you can make countdown timers in HighLevel now, hopefully you have seen. If not, head to marketing. There's a tab for countdown timers. You can create a timer that persists across from email to a page. So definitely a very cool marketing feature to be able to say, hey, there's this limited time thing going on. Send out an email that's got a timer. And when they click over to the page, those two timers are in sync. Definitely a powerful marketing tactic that you can now manage from within HighLevel.
If they're not, you don't really seem very credible. So this adds a lot of credibility to it's a real timer.
Yeah. So now you can position it left, right, or center, and you don't have to mess with the code to do that. So nice little convenient update from the team. Next up, we had listings get another update. We can hide address and add service areas. So talk to us, Ryan, about like a business that probably doesn't have an actual physical address, right?
Yeah. So you see this a lot in real estate, or maybe you've got an individual service provider. They might have a PO box in that, but they don't want to like show their home address or like where their business is registered because they come to you. You know, it's a service-based business. So now you can choose to hide that. That's something that you would have had to do like an individual services like Google Business Profile, Yelp, stuff like that. But at any rate, now you can do that sort of at a global level. And then you can also add the areas that you service. And those would be geographic areas, like if it's certain cities or zip codes, and that setting is directly underneath it in the online listing settings.
Love it. And again, if you're new to listings, that gets syndicated out across the main directories of the internet when you put this information in here inside of HighLevel. We've got a shout out from Heidi, who stole the sun from us here in California. Kia ora. Is that like a hello from New Zealand or somewhere?
It sounds like it.
Yeah, sounds cool.
We're going to take it as that.
That's right. Thanks for the shout out, Heidi. Next up, Kollab got in-app notifications, which is awesome. So we have in-app notifications for communities, and now on the Kollab side, you've got those notifications as well.
Yep. Pretty cool.
Maybe we should contextualize Kollab. Again, if you haven't seen the update, you can now, when you create a community in HighLevel, you have the option to have that community discoverable in Kollab, which is like the external ecosystem for communities created in HighLevel. It's kind of its own standalone product now. You can go to Kollab, create a free account, and create a community over there, and then have it found and discovered by other folks in other communities that are using Kollab as well. So pretty cool. We've got a notification bar over there now to, keep you updated with what's going on across your communities and comments and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Courses got a cool update. When you're creating your courses and your lessons and whatnot, you now have custom value support in that description area.
Yeah. So you've got it in description. I think that there's something for the titles as well. There's a few different places that you'll see the little button to press to access the custom values. The ones that are supported are going to be custom values around contacts. So the contact's name, for example, their email address. Not sure why you'd use that, but you'd want to use this to personalize what they're seeing. So when you're going into a course and I'm registered as Ryan, it says, "Hey, Ryan, what's going on?" And so that works for contacts. For time, course specific values like the title or the post title. So in that way, you kind of cross-reference between different modules within a course and said, as you learned in module 4, it would actually say the name of the module. Location-specific custom fields, and then the post description, offer descriptions, as well as questions in the quizzes. So a lot of cool custom values there to use.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, personalization is always a great idea. And like you said, imagine your course takers hop into the lesson and it's like, welcome to module 3, Chase. In this lesson, we're going to talk about whatever. And so you can now do that with those values in courses.
There was one more update that kind of got snuck in here, which is they mentioned that they permanently fixed the duplicate users issue. So
Great.
Good news there if you've got some duplicates.
Yes. And I was about to say, we did get confirmation from Heidi that Kia ora means hello, good health, and also thank you from New Zealand.
Amazing.
Very cool.
Love it. We learned something today.
Absolutely. Courses got another update. It now has Razorpay support. So if you are in India, you're probably excited about that one. Razorpay is the dominant payment gateway over there, from what I understand. And now you can use it to sell your courses. We had a few other enhancements from the week. We had email verification public API, probably pretty exciting for the dev community there. Funnel Website Builder had some vulnerability countermeasures for malicious links that got taken care of. Always good to hear about that. And the ability to move purchase domains between sub-accounts, that's very nice. So now you don't have to go to our support in order to move.
Well, caveat there, you do. This is V1, so I just wanted to mention it. It's possible. You got to create a support ticket. We have the functionality built into our sort of back end that we use for support management. So it's not a huge deal, but a ticket is required right now. Moving forward, it's going to be an automated thing in app as always. But it's at least possible now if it's a big emergency.
Heading in the right direction.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about some new upcoming releases that we're excited about. We are skating into some upcoming releases this week. You know, I've had a few bulldogs in my life and none of them could skateboard, but I feel like online they all can. So
yeah, the bulldogs and the corgis can get it done.
I need to figure out how to train that. Coming soon, we have the ability to edit custom objects in cells.
Yes.
Okay, this is really going over my head now. So Ryan, walk us through with this.
Yeah. So in the past, you can kind of think about, as I've talked about this before, custom objects are just a custom version of, let's say, contacts. So contacts is an object. Within an object, you have records that would be the people, like the actual contacts. And then within those contacts, within that record, you would have fields. So previously, you'd have to like click on the contact, opens up this big, into the contact record, and then you can make your edits of the different fields. Moving forward, we'll be able to do that like just looking at the list. So you can just go into the cell as if it was a spreadsheet. And so that saves you a lot of time if you're just updating something really quick and you don't have to like flip to a new screen and come back. And so more of a quality of life thing there, but in terms of speed, much faster.
Okay, this is starting to sink in. I feel like this is the 5th week in a row that Ryan has given this breakdown. It's slowly starting to sink in. I'll get there someday. But this I understand. We're basically saying from the list view, you can make edits without having to click in to the object to then update those fields in there. Very cool, very convenient. I love it. Custom objects continues to advance. Again, that's not out yet, but it will be out soon. Another one that's coming soon is sub-account level permissions for users.
Yeah, this is a really big step in the right direction here. We heard everybody loud and clear. As always, we listen to the feedback of all of our customers. And they wanted the ability to control what sub-accounts, the levels of permissions for each of these users at certain within certain sub-accounts. So that's now giving you the ability to restrict certain sub-accounts from particular users there.
Very nice. Yeah. Yes, I think more and more granular control is always requested from the community. And like Ryan said, we hear you loud and clear, and we will just continue to create more and more granular control over your users, what they can do, what they can access, what they can't do, what they can change. But also, I think over the past 2 weeks, if you've been on any of the town halls, I think it's become clear that we also need to consider more granular control based on sort of the plan that you're on. If you're in SaaS mode, I think it makes sense to have certain types of controls that may not apply to a $97 account user. And so all of this is being actioned on right now. And you're going to see us roll out just more and more flexibility for you, control where it makes sense. And so this is one of those things that's already in motion, and we look forward to see it roll out soon.
Yep.
All right. So I think that's our updates for the week, Ryan. We're getting close to the holiday season here in the US. Really excited to wrap up what has been an incredible year so far. And, really excited for where we're heading in 2025. Any final thoughts before we wrap it for this week?
I think that's it on my end. We got still a ton of work to do. Like Chase said, we're already actively working on our 2025 plans to make everything bigger and better and stronger, with, of course, a big measure of careful application of updates so that we're making the right updates methodically, improving everything overall. So more to come on that, but I think you'll be very pleased with what we're going to be doing next year.
Awesome. All right, everybody. Have a fantastic weekend until we see you next Friday for next week's